Kia ora fam. Let's see what messages Source has for us. Oh, I wanted to pull from these cards that I made actually, and then I'll pull some tarot. Oh, but how are you all feeling leading up to this new moon? I've gone through a massive reset in the last month, so kind of feel like a different person, which is buzzy. Hope you're all staying grounded. If you're unfamiliar with me, I'm Janina Seru. I'm a queer artist, ancestral medium, and herbal ritualist based in Aotearoa. If you want to book a new moon reading, that's on our website. Our website will be on the screen. New moon tarot reading. If you want to see what the new moon has to offer you. Now, so my phone some information to those love that and frequency, truth, justice, and peace. What guidance and information you have for us, the collective, this new moon. Okay, so we have this color card, blue or greeny. It says the past has been cleared. You are no longer needing to hold on to sorrow or self-restriction. Come out of your shell into confidence. Defend yourself against toxic energies. You are creative. You are swallowing your fears and called to transmute any codependency. Coming out of challenges and strength. Release thoughts of people that may bring conflict. Be more positive. We also have this one. This is the Adinkra symbol. This is Saka. I don't know if that's how you say it. But it's a symbol of affluence, of wealth and abundance. Representing kola nuts. It says, I know my worth and value. I am discerning, wise and optimistic. Quote unquote motherhood, fertility, joy, success, wealth and protection of Uri, of your spiritual head, your high intuition. Or more so, your Uri protecting you. Protection of your body, spirit, life force, foresight, dominance, power. Others putting you on a pedestal, boundaries, high frequencies, creativity, magnetism, attraction. Be cautious, healing of trauma, loneliness, and past life wounds. And then it also said, quote unquote, like rags to riches. And then we have this Adinkra symbol, Duenene men, ram's horns. So it's supposed to be like two rams butting heads, if you can imagine that, like from a bird's eye view. It's a symbol of, it's like, it says showing their strength, but one of them always backs down or is called to. So it's just, it's a symbol of like, your strength does not always have to be displayed by force, by even like fighting or pushing or friction. It can also just be from like sitting, or your power can be displayed by just like sitting in it and not having to be like, rah. Does it make sense? Yeah, we do not always need to display our strength to know that we are strong. It is okay to back down from a fight. Being wise is a strength. Okay, so these colors might be significant for us this new moon. The blues and the greens and the browns and the orange. So this for me, when I'm thinking of the body, oh, it's like what I'm wearing right now. Blue is your third eye or your high intuition. So like I was saying, your Uri, your spiritual wisdom that comes from source. It's connected to source. And then green for me is the heart space. So maybe the heart space is being called to be opened or is being opened in alignment with our value and sense of worth. And then brown to me is just really grounding, reminds me of earth, especially with the ram for some reason. And orange is the sacral energy center, so that's like where your creative energy is. I also heard for some, you're healing, this is quite specific, like from sexual trauma, I was actually speaking about, not that in particular, but I was speaking about violence on my Instagram. So sometimes when we have gone through certain traumatic experiences where spiritual, emotional, mental, physical violence, or where we've been violated, like against our will, that can be where the energy is stored. Yeah, so that might be significant for some of us. Might actually pull an affirmation each for one of these cards. So what's the collective affirmation this new moon for this blue card? Oh my gosh, it's blue. It says, I'm connected to the divine cosmos and universe. So this is an affirmation for us. The creator wants to remind us that we are part of divine creation. Source in the cosmos is working with us to create divine experiences. What do we want to collab on with the universe? So that's a question for us to ask ourselves. How do we want to collaborate with Source as we're moving forward, as the past has been cleared, as we're not restricted by the past anymore? Yeah, so if we have been going through some challenges, I see that those are ending, or there's an opportunity. It's a new moon, right? So it's a new cycle, a new 4-week cycle or phase. With the Besesaka Adinkra, we have, I embrace my independence. You are releasing any blocks or fears that stop you from venturing out on your own. Embrace your independent nature and instincts. Cats could be significant. And explore the world and what it has to offer you through adventure. So yeah, Source is wanting us to remember our influence, our own individual spiritual authority, our own abundance that we all have. Also had fruitfulness, so maybe some of us need to be reminded that we are fruitful beings, like meaning we can produce things that are sweet, we can produce things that are nutritious and also a call for us to go on a new adventure. Maybe cats are very independent, they'll just go wander off by themselves. And I'm also seeing, like, for some of us, as we embrace our independence, others may be worried about us. Interesting, because I'm like thinking of a domesticated cat and then a cat in the wild, if that makes sense. So no need to be worried about others or even ourselves as we are going on new journeys, embracing our independence, because there's so much to be discovered in it. It's sweetness. Last one. I am sexy, magnetic, flirtatious, charismatic, and attractive. Connect with your sexy side. What makes you attractive? You have untapped magnetic potential and power waiting to be explored. Oh, okay. So for those that have been butting heads with others or been feeling like tension or that energy that I was describing, how you can counteract that is affirming this energy and maybe this color as well. These colors are quite nice together. What is it, like magenta? Maybe some of you all have been in quite a like tough or hard or masculine, well, I don't know if it's masculine or feminine, whatever, energy where you've had to like defend yourself, defend others. It's very grounded and rooted and like, yeah. It's giving Aries, it's giving Taurus, the first 2 signs of the zodiac. That Source is calling us to like tap into a softer side of us, maybe just to harmonize the other energy. Energy is not negative, but I think it's just bringing harmony to everything else. Yeah, so maybe that's how we can at this current time connect to Source or collaborate with the divine a little better, embracing our independence and also our creative, magnetic, flirtatious, attractive energy. Maybe some of us need to sing or listen to more music, move to music, that might be helpful. Oh yeah, I heard unstuck yourself. So some of you might have tension in your hips. Why am I hearing that song? I haven't heard that in ages. You know that like song that we used to sing when we were younger, like the hip bone's connected to the whatever bone, the blood's connected to the. That's what I just heard. So like maybe Source is trying to remind us. I was talking to my friend about this the other day. We were talking about how like one place in your body can hurt, or be going through like some tension or whatever, but it's rooted somewhere else. So maybe that's significant for some of us as well. Like, yeah, where is the pain rooted? Some tarot, eh? Quasi my phone number, some body frequency changes and peace and guidance and information to us. Collective this new moon. It's upcoming fiddle. Guidance information. This upcoming fiddle. Four of Wands, that's nice. This is romance, society, harmony, newly acquired prosperity, peace, tranquility, the fruits of labor, rest after strife, concord, union, repose, Knight of Coins. Yeah, there's something about fruit. Some of you will need to eat more fruit. Yep. Mature and responsible person, reliable, patient, persistent, ability to conclude a task, laboriousness, organization, capability, a dependable person. With the Hermit at the base of the deck, Virgo. One more, please. Guidance information to have for us collective this new moon. Oh, Queen of Swords wanted to come out. That's Gemini, but it flipped back in. And then we have the Hanged Man. With Two of Cups at the base. Suspension, transition, change, reversal of one's way of life. Apathy, boredom, abandonment, renunciation. I also had resuscitation, sacrifice, readjustment, regeneration, rebirth. Okay, so Source is wanting us to focus on family, home, what brings us joy. Four of Wands is a very joyful energy. It's quite beautiful, actually. Yeah, there's definitely something about like enjoying the fruits of your labor, or this time for us. If we have put in the work, there will be things to eat of, if that makes sense, like cause and effect, or the positive consequences of our actions. Source also wants to remind us that like what we're creating with them is supposed to be joyful, or bring us harmony, peace, tranquility, and that we're in union with them. Like, some of us need to be reminded that our connection to Source is also like a whānau family connection, or like our connection to the cosmos, the stars, the universe, is they are a family, and that's from an Indigenous perspective, right? I think sometimes we talk about indigeneity and what that is, but we forget that. But then when we like talk about those things, we're like, nah, that's too far-fetched, or that's weird. But really it's not, because that's what we had been doing. So many different traditions and cultures for so long, you know. So maybe Source is wanting us to really imagine and dream up, or beyond that, actually collaborate on what we want to experience. So that's like, I don't really know what that means when people say that, breaking the third dimension. So that might just be like getting out of just the 3D, reminding yourself, or us needing to remind ourselves, that we are not just physical beings, we're also spiritual beings, and there's a lot that is unseen. and that is yet to be discovered and healed and facilitated, yeah, beyond, you know, some of us are very much here, which is great, we need to be, but it's also, this isn't the only universe that exists, you know, and it's not airy fairy, which I will always repeat. It's actually very much grounded to believe in the spiritual. Knight of Coins. Yeah, there's a really beautiful journey of independence that Source is calling us to embrace. And this is in the physical Knight of Coins. So this is through our daily action, our daily routine. I was laughing at the little gallop that they're doing. It's quite cute. Oh my god, I'm actually buzzing out. I saw someone the other day, it was actually with a friend of mine. I saw someone riding on a motorcycle, and there was like a beautiful feminized person, don't know what gender they were or whatever, but they were wearing this like blue, like the sexy as blue bodysuit. It wasn't like this, it was like tight, and like their back was out and their butt was out, and it was gorgeous. And it was making me think of that in alignment with I am sexy, magnetic. Like, some of us need to embrace our, like, that we are sexy a little bit more. If you're not feeling it, other people aren't going to see it. So if you're wanting to seem attractive to someone or something else, or someone, not something, if you're not feeling it, someone else isn't going to feel it either. So you can't expect to be seen in that way if you're like not embracing that energy. And so maybe that's why some of you maybe are a bit too stubborn or hard-headed in certain ways and need to harmonize that with some softness. Like, for example, if you're trying to attract a romantic relationship, or even just a casual one, you know, or want to have a little bit of a flirt, are you like dressed like you are wanting to be in that energy? Like, don't expect to be like so rude. Like, if you feel like you look like a bum, do you really think someone else is going to look at you and be like, oh, sexy? No. Like, look how you want to dress, how you want to feel, you know, obviously authentic to yourself. And it's interesting because the Hanged Man is about sacrifices. So maybe some of you will need to make some sacrifices. Maybe that's investing a little bit more into what's going to make you feel that way. That's why you're bored. It's because you're not embracing that part of yourself. So it might also, oh, actually it might be your, like, it is your feminine and masculine energy kind of a little bit for this that resonates with. So maybe you need a refresh or regeneration in that area for some of you. Maybe some of you have abandoned a certain side of you, and yeah, you need to resuscitate, like bring life to that part of you again. This could be like taking a pause, like choosing to take a pause from a certain way of being. So that could be like, I've cultivated that energy enough for now in my life. Let me put that on the shelf. How can I cultivate this energy a little bit more? It's interesting because at the top of the deck we have I invite softness into my love life, and I am not afraid to love or be loved, and then I am motivated and energized, and I am a sensual being. I remember to smile and laugh. Some of you don't smile and laugh enough, and some of you have a beautiful smile and laugh, and maybe that's part of what needs to be seen a little bit more. Sorry, I just be seeing things in spirit and it makes me laugh. Like, I just saw a real solemn face. Not that you have to be like ha 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 all the time, like as you feel it, but yeah, there's lots of pinks. So maybe some of you will need to bring some pink into your space. Doesn't mean you have to wear it. You could like bring it in through like flowers or colors in your space or your room, or buying some art that has pink on it. It's also like purpley energies. There's like a darker shade of pink. And then I'm motivated and energized. So maybe some of you'll need to take a break to fill your cup and your energy, but some of y'all are a little bit unmotivated or need to figure out what brings you energy in life and make those sacrifices. You know, you can't expect a result if you're not going to make the exchange. That's something that I've learned, is that sacrifice is a big part of Indigenous and, as I'm African traditional spiritual practice. As an Ifa devotee, a baby Ifa devotee, the the main thing that they're teaching me for the last few years is sacrifice, you know, which means you give to get, you know, you release to make room for new, you know. The things that you're holding on to emotionally, spiritually, mentally and physically that are taking up space. For some, you're being called to invest in like skincare or like beauty or yeah, softness. So even things that are literally soft, I don't know, like a plushie, like a soft toy. Or some of you maybe try to act quite hard when you're actually very soft, or there's another side of you that's very soft. I am a sensual being, so connecting to your senses is really important. So smell, taste, touch, sight. It says tap into your sensual nature. What's your favorite scent? What's your favorite food? Watch a movie, dress in your favorite colors, give a loved one a hug. Embrace the sweet, soft and gentle moments around you that you are called to experience. Someone really loves and adores you, open your heart. So yeah, some of you will need to embrace the family that is around you as well. Even if it's just one person. And then this says, embrace your nurturing side. Compassion and listening to your emotions at this time will bring stability. Also says, save your pennies. You are protected and encouraged to move away from fear. So yeah, let yourself be loved and touched. Okay, I'll leave it at that then. Oh wait, they also said maybe some of you'll need to quote unquote touch yourself.